Family, friends of graduates, faculty, staff, and administrators, welcome and good afternoon. My name is Kelly Long. I serve as the Associate Dean in the College of Liberal Arts. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to our commencement celebration, honoring the graduates of 2015 in the departments of Art and Art History and the School of Music, Theater, and Dance at Colorado State University. Please stand as Dr. Rebecca Phillips conducts the Colorado State University Wind Symphony and music student Emily Morris lead us in singing our national anthem. The Colorado State University Wing Walker Drill Team will present the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. The members of the platform party honor us with their presence today. I will ask each person to stand when her or his name is announced and remain standing. While each person of the platform party is important to members of the graduating class, I ask that you please hold your applause until the names of all of the members of the platform party have been called. Dr. Anthony Frank, President of Colorado State University. Dr. Dorothy Horrell, Chair of the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System. Major Franklin Huffman, U.S. Army ROTC. Dr. Paul Metz, Interim Chair, School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Professor Price Johnson, Professor and Interim Director of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance Theater Department. Jane Szyslarski-Harris, Professor and Interim Director of Dance, School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Dr. Robin Brown, Vice President for Enrollment and Access. Dr. Donald Michaels, Director of the University Honors Program. Dr. Stefan Weiler, Associate Dean for Research. Professor Gary Voss, Chair of Art and Art History. Dr. Eric Johnson, Assistant Professor of Music Education, School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Dr. Ann Gill, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Please join me in recognizing our honored guest. Please be seated. Graduates, you are part of the liberal arts community, which includes more than 5,000 currently enrolled students. Because of the size of this year's graduating class, we are holding 2 commencement ceremonies. In 2.5 hours, your classmates in the humanities and social sciences will be graduating in a commencement ceremony in Moby Arena. Master's and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Liberal Arts were awarded at the graduate school ceremony, which was held yesterday. Today, the faculty, your family, and your friends are gathered to celebrate your achievements and award you the bachelor's degree. So that we may all express our pride in your accomplishments, would members of the graduating class of 2015 please stand? Congratulations. Please be seated. The liberal arts faculty has dedicated their lives to scholarship, research, and artistry, outreach activities, and most importantly, teaching, mentoring, and motivating students. Will members of the faculty, including those on the platform, please stand and receive our appreciation for all that you have done for this graduating class. Please be seated. Graduates, as we celebrate your graduation, we also recognize some of the special accomplishments of members of your class. The College of Liberal Arts is pleased to honor those students who have earned teacher licensure by completing an approved academic degree program and professional education requirements, including student teaching. Students who have earned teacher licensure can be identified by the powder blue cords they wear today. Would graduates who will be licensed to teach in elementary, middle, and/or high school please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. A significant number of students have enriched their education by completing the requirements for a program of study beyond the major. Will all students who have completed a second major or a minor please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Colorado State University is dedicated to enhancing international educational experiences as a means to cultivate understanding and friendship among nations. As an institution, we encourage students to engage in education abroad during their undergraduate years. In the College of Liberal Arts, we also benefit and are appreciative of the opportunities to learn from international students who make our college their home. Among this group are 41 students from CSU's dual degree program with Hanoi, Vietnam's Foreign Trade University. Will all students who studied abroad during their time at CSU and all international students who are graduating from the College of Liberal Arts please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. An important aspect of Colorado State University's mission is providing access to education so that a wider community of students may experience the empowerment and transformative power of college education. First-generation college students, those whose parents have not gained a bachelor's degree, are part of that mission, and their success in our college and at our university is a point of pride for all of us. As a first-generation student and faculty member myself, I am pleased to ask all first-generation faculty and students in the graduating class to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. In 1916, Congress created the ROTC, the Reserve Officers Training Corps, which provides military training at civilian educational institutions. Colorado State University enjoys a long tradition of a strong ROTC program. We are also honored by the enrollment of veterans in majors across our college. Will those graduates who were commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army or Air Force, or who are veterans of any branch of the American military services, please stand and receive our thanks and respect. Please be seated. Next, we pay tribute to those graduates who are initiates of National Honor Societies, including, but not limited to, Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, Golden Key, and Mortarboard. Will the members of National Honor Societies please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. The University Honors Program invites outstanding students to participate in its programs of academic excellence. Students who have completed the Honors Core curriculum and a senior honors thesis while maintaining a minimum 3.5 cumulative grade point average receive the designation of University Honors Scholar. Students who have completed an in-major honors curriculum and senior honors thesis while maintaining a minimum 3.5 grade point average receive the designation of Discipline Honors Scholar. Students graduating with honors can be recognized by the green gowns they wear. Will the candidates for Honors Scholar please rise so that we may applaud your achievements? Please be seated. Colorado State University recognizes the highest academic achievement of today's degree recipients by awarding their degrees with distinction. The candidates for graduation with distinction are wearing gold gowns, or in some cases, green gowns with gold cords. Students graduating with distinction at Colorado State University have earned a minimum of 60 credits at this institution. Those graduating cum laude constitute approximately the top 6% of the class with a GPA of 3.78. Those designated magna cum laude constitute approximately the next 3% of the class with a GPA of 3.91. Those graduating summa cum laude constitute approximately the top 1% of the graduating class with a GPA of 3.98. Will all candidates for graduation, summa, magna, and cum laude, please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. I now have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium President of Colorado State University, Tony Frank, who will deliver the charge to the class.
So I want to see if I have this right. The music majors are here. I don't want to exclude all of you, but we're going to run a little trivia question here, and my guess is if anybody's going to uphold the honor of your graduating class, it's going to be these folks over here. Now, I tried this. We're going to do 4 music trivia questions throughout the charge, and I tried this last night at Health and Human Sciences, and it was embarrassing, I think. Not for me, but for your class. About a couple of weeks ago, the Collegian ran an article that some of you may have seen entitled, "The 10 Best Songs to Graduate To." And I don't know if any of you saw this, but what interested me about it was how old those songs were. The average year that those songs were composed was 1989. Now, most of you weren't born in 1989. A lot of your parents haven't even met in 1989. You were 2 haploid zygotes frozen in meiosis, and whether you were destined to be or not, the philosophy department's not here with us to debate that, so we'll leave that out. But I am a big fan of your generation. Much that you do is inspirational. You have passion, you have commitment, your priorities are in the right place. I think many of us expect great things from you, and yet there is this disturbing tendency to take music from other generations that really bothers me and worries me that there is some deep-seated career or character flaw that we're not detecting. And so I thought it would be one thing if you had evaluated the music and decided, understanding it, that this was in fact the best music in the history of the world, which it was, that my generation came up with. Or if you failed to actually understand it and were just taking it because you liked it, but were kind of lazy and didn't understand it, that would be different. So I have 4 music trivia questions. The oldest song, and we'll give away hats, and I said last night I'm giving away hats for this in part because I have a soft spot for your graduating class. 4 years ago, remember, we sat in Moby at Ram Welcome, and I said in 4 years you'll all be crossing the stage together, and my daughter was with you then, but not now. Something about a victory lap, but so I'm giving away hats partly in her honor and because I hope this gets back to her and kind of shames her into graduating next year. So one of the songs, the oldest song on that list from the Collegian, was from 1969. And it was a song entitled "Here Comes the Sun." And so the easiest trivia question, who composed "Here Comes the Sun"? Oh. There we go. You're off to a wonderful start. And to be fair, I gave credit last night for the Beatles, which wasn't technically accurate. Now, the second question, 1 hat per person. Some exclusions may apply. What album was that song on?
Abbey Road.
Outstanding. Wow. Very good. Now, Abbey Road, that album was written by George Harrison, or that song was written after one of the longest, coldest winters, hence the line of the song, "It's been a long, cold, lonely winter," one of the longest, coldest winters on record in England. And he was staying, interestingly, at a house owned by Eric Clapton, and he wrote the song in A major. And it was designed to soar, to be open, to really speak to the future, to optimism, to hope, and hence why it's a good song for graduation. But I don't want to leave any of you with the idea that you have an eternal spring ahead of you free from exams after you leave here, although you may be free from exams. But my generation has left you a long, cold winter of work ahead of you. From Baltimore to Ferguson, from Nairobi to West Africa, from Syria to Nepal, from shrinking global ice caps to expanding urban food deserts, you have a lot of challenges in front of you. But your generation also has 2 things that no generation before you has had. Now, the first of those is a set of tools left by our generation, and in some ways, that's not unique. Every generation takes what the last generation left them, they build upon it, and they leave it for the next generation to build from. But there's a lot that my generation is proud to leave you. A lot that we've built with blood, sweat, wait for it, and tears. Name one song sung by the band Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Nice. Very nice. You are quite simply restoring my faith in humanity. The second thing that you all have going for you is you. You come from a wonderful heritage, a heritage that traces its way back to the desk of Abraham Lincoln and the idea that everyone with talent and motivation should have the opportunity to make the most of themselves. You have talent. You've demonstrated that by your admission to a great American university. You have training. We're rewarding you for that this evening. You have all the intangibles, and you have a set of challenges. Match these up. Make a difference. But to make that difference, you are going to have to leave this room, and that brings us to our fourth trivia question. And this is a song that kind of splits the difference between our generations. It's a song from 1999. There's a free hint. It's a song, Closing Time, and it has a lyric that I have always thought applies just as much to the end of graduation as it does to the end of a night at a bar. Because at the end of this ceremony, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you. Unless, of course, you're going on to graduate school, but that's... So, who wrote the song? I'll give credit for that. Do you know who wrote it? Donald Wilson. 4 for 4. Very well done. By the time we got to that point last night, I was prepared to give credit for the Oak Ridge Boys who had just covered the song. But all right, so this then is my charge to you, members of the 2015 graduating class. Be the sun. Light the path for your generation. And take some time to write your own music. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Frank. I'm now pleased to invite to the podium Ann Gill, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts.
Well, I was going to say it's an honor to follow the president's congratulations. I cannot match his comedic talents. You know, my two favorite buildings to walk through on this campus are the University Center for the Arts and the Visual Arts Building. Now, it is not because they're going to win any architectural awards. The UCA is cool. Visual arts. But that's not what matters. What matters is not the structure, but how absolutely full of spirit and energy and creativity those two buildings are. In visual arts, it's not the walls, but the things that you hang on them and set in front of them. And whenever I'm over there, there are usually a number of students wandering around with paint or dust or clay or something. They've just walked out of a studio and it's on their hands or smudged on their faces or on their shirts. At the University Center for the Arts, every time I'm there, I hear somebody in the distance practicing. And almost every time I'm there, somebody, as I walk through the hallway, breaks into song or jumps into the air in a pirouette or orates some line from some play. It's just invigorating, and I absolutely love it. Their hallways are full of inspiration and passion. Now, I want to take a brief glance backwards in time and then forward. Looking back, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you graduates. Your extraordinary artistry and performances have added tremendously to the culture of this land-grant university. And for all that you've done to bring the arts to us, please accept the appreciation of a grateful university and a very proud dean. Thank you. And looking forward, I want to share a really important truth. And please don't forget this. You will add great value to every workplace, every project, and every team of which you are a part. Promise me you'll never fail to appreciate just how special and rare is your talent and your gift of creativity. Promise me you'll never apologize for your arts degree, but instead be ready to sell it to whomever is interviewing you for whatever job that you might be looking for, because that job needs people like you, people who see things that the rest of us don't see, or at the very least, don't notice. That job needs people who can create beauty and meaning. It really needs people who can inspire others. That job, whether it's in the creative and performing arts, which some of you will do, or whether it's in some other field, needs you and your amazing creative spirit and your many talents. So as you leave the College of Liberal Arts and Colorado State University, I urge you to be your own best advertisement for the importance and the value of the creative arts in the workplace and in the public and private spaces of our lives. Revel in your creativity, and the rest of us will be the beneficiaries of the wonderful changes you bring to work and to the community. But all of that is for tomorrow and beyond. Today, right now, it is my great privilege to present the candidates for graduation in the Department of Art and Art History and in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. They have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate degree that have been established by the university, the college, and their departments. Faculty Council has recommended to our governing board that these students receive the degree. So will all candidates for the bachelor's degree from these two departments please stand. I welcome to the podium Dr. Dorothy Harrell, Chair of the Board of Governors of Colorado State University, who will confer the degrees.
Thank you, Dean Gill. And just on behalf of the Board of Governors, I'd first just like to second a number of the comments that have been made and giving thanks. First to the faculty, the staff, and the administration who have really been at the heart of the success that these students have enjoyed. I'd also like to acknowledge the family and friends, because none of us arrive at this point on our own. And so thank you for your love, support, encouragement, and in many cases, sacrifice. And finally, to the students, now almost graduates standing in front of me, thank you for choosing Colorado State University. We trust that you have been well served and will continue to be a credit to this institution. So with that, I'm very honored to offer these words to you. On behalf of the authority of the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The marshals will now escort the graduates to the platform to be recognized individually and receive their diploma covers. I'm sorry that due to the large number of graduates, we are unable to allow others to the front floor of the ballroom to take pictures. Dr. Eric Johnson will announce the graduates' names individually. Graduates, to honor all members of your class, we ask that everyone remain in the ballroom for the entire ceremony.
Graduates in the Department of Art and Art History: Cecilia Genevieve Ross Gota. Charles Coda Ray Lawhorn. Lisa Marie Modell. Allison Elizabeth Shaw. Audrey Yue Yamamoto. Tennille Koala Poi. Tiffany Michelle Patagunan. Tara Ray Miller. Bo LaForest Clayton. Candace A. Coltrane. Cassandra Marin Steger. Mackenzie Marie Davis. Hannah Lynn Hibbs. Bryce Alexandra Scotland. Emily Jean McHugh. Sarah Jeanette Lillis. Kaylin Renee Stother. Mercedes Nicole Slack. Lisa Ray Smoot. Allison Renee Blesser. Katie Marie McVermott. Veronica Sarah Lopez. Sarah Grace Popka. Emily Marie Davies. Audrey Brooke Ansell. Mirko Espalmer. Erin Lisette Cross. Emily Ann Stoffel. Catherine Margaret Finley. Cass Kruger. Amanda Kelsey Thomas. Kristana Burdon Lambert. Kristen Michelle Gutierrez. Kellen Rose Hafner. Matthew Eugene Witherspoon. Jerry Lynn Nicholas Park. Jessica Joy Schultz. Aubrey M. Aronson. Hannah Meredith Steiner. Kate Nicole Ludlum. Haley Grace Brigger. Cassandra K. Mordini. Cleo Mazia. Isabel Rose Cisneros. Jordan Renee Persacate. Kevin Maxwell Arnsberg. Abigail Jean Downs. Anne-Marie Lynn Kottenstedt. Corinne Alexandria Bisland. Brian R. Ballou. Kyrie Ann Sharp. Kenneth Clark McGee. Alec Dalton Monk. Lily Sarah Michaela Donaldson. Alexis M. Anderson. Haley Wren Josephs. Kinzia Dahl Erickson. Victoria Ann Fair. Kayla Lily Schwartz. Lena Roxana Margareta LaRue. Elizabeth Elaine Irene Siebert. Courtney Lynn Diedrich. Logan Oliver Casebear. Zachariah David McCose. Karen Alice Schwartz. Madison Delane Morris. Lindsay Haviland Kremen. Ellen Blaze Stantolia. Tate Roderick Richter. Christopher Samuel Newfer. Kevin Michael Barrett. Joshua Caleb Lasala. Nicole Marie Fisher. McManus Jameson Hand. Troy Dylan Lipstein. Benjamin John Morrison. Anthony O. Hood. Liberty R. Kelkowski. John Abraham Fonseth. Macy Aurelia Haas. Megan Elizabeth Larson. Michael Lee Mayfield. Dylan Hunt. Gina Elise Wasalski. Kestley Ann Miller. Hillary Bree Soderling, my apologies. School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Grace Rachel Pamelio. Jacqueline Elizabeth Valdez. Bethany Lynn Vandekamp. Noel Vincent Hulvan Beren. Blair Virginia Carpenter. Anita Andrea Alvarez. Weston Tyler Sorrell. Dean Ryan Rieger. Andrew Jacob Williams. Joshua Michael Garcia. Caitlin Ray Vincent. Ian Benjamin Schmid. Matthew Ryan Carroll. Christine Kahn. Anna Grace Bartell. Andrew John Funk. Kevin Michael Olson. Eric Daniel Campbell. Nicole Francesca Fasold. Josiah David Gator. Andre Terrell Short. Matthew Kyle Banks. Charles James Matthews. Mark Carter Thompson. School of Music, Theater, and Dance, graduates in theater. Andrew J. McIntyre. Trevor Dean Graton. Spencer Freeland Rail. Allison Elizabeth Hatch. Christopher James Olson. Ryan Scott Miller. Kaylee May Elliott. Abby Catherine Featherson. Brennan Ross Allen. Sarah Mav Taylor. Carl Roger Perry. Jacob Austin Knowles. School of Music, Theater, and Dance, graduates in dance. Magdalena Jung. Elise Lauren DeVos. Megan Ann Shishomo. Melissa Hannah Pete. Madison Elizabeth Labeto. Alexis Rose Ward.
Congratulations. about, in the spirit of the day, you joining me in 3 last rounds of I'm proud to be a CSU Ram? Ready? I'm proud to be a CSU Ram. I say I'm proud to be a CSU Ram. I say I'm proud to be a CSU Ram. Woo! As an alumna of Colorado State University myself, it is a great joy to welcome you to the ranks of alumni and to the Colorado State University Alumni Association. If you will reach out, Colorado State alumni, we stick together, we'll help find you a job. We'll welcome you to a new community. We'll attend watch parties to cheer the Rams on to victory over the Buffs in just about any sport, if this year was an indication. Alumni will also share great memories of some of the best times in your life. I hope you'll wear your Colorado State University allegiance proudly. And I hope if you end up in a community that doesn't have a CSU Alumni Association, I hope you'll start one. I learned yesterday that there is not only a Colorado State Alumni Association, but a house where they meet in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So if you end up in a community that doesn't have one, we need one there. If you need some help organizing it, email me, ann.gill@colstate, and I will see that we get one started. Graduates, your family and friends have supported you in so many ways leading up to this day. I'd like to ask all the family and friends gathered here to stand so the graduates may express their love and appreciation. Would everyone please be seated? Banner carriers, would you please post your banners? This commencement ceremony would not have been possible without the efforts of Colleen Timothy and Rachel Johnson. My appreciation for the excellent service of the marshals, Dr. Kate DeCesare, Dr. Bonnie Jacoby, Dr. Patrick Fahey, Dr. Don Grapes, and Professor Corey Seymour. Thank you very much to the announcer, Dr. Eric Johnson, and my sincere appreciation to the staff and the CSU police for keeping us safe, and to the Wing Walker drill team for presenting the colors. At this point in every liberal arts commencement ceremony, I give a shout out to the sound technicians and to the video producers. They have been listening to commencement speeches since yesterday morning. You think you had it bad. Finally, I would like to ask the members of our extraordinary Wind Symphony, the conductor, Dr. Rebecca Phillips, and the vocalist, Miss Emily Morris, to please stand and take a bow. Now, will everyone please stand and join Miss Morris and the new graduates of Colorado State University in singing our alma mater. The words are on page 1. Will you please be seated? Okay, graduates, we're not supposed to do this, but I, like a few of you, am not much of a rule follower. So if the spirit moves you, now would be the time to toss those hats. I'd ask the graduates and the members of the audience to remain seated. The recessional will start with the banner carriers, then the platform party, followed by the faculty. Then graduates, the marshals will ask your row to leave, and then everyone is free to go. Thank you so much for attending our spring 2015 commencement ceremony. And to the graduates, fare thee well, dear hearts, fare thee well.